Now we burn incense in regard to the precepts, meditation, and emancipation. May the light and fragrant cloud of this incense pervade the Dharma world. We offer this incense to the countless Buddhas of the worlds of the 10 directions. May we be able to see and partake of the fragrance of the world of tranquil extinction. Dojo. Today. I thought today, usually we start with teaching a sermon. I know I spoke earlier, so I'll try to make it brief today. So, for those of you new to my sermons, I grew up in Texas, and so I'm a little bit of a Southern preacher kind of person. When I was growing up, I went to a Lutheran church, and they had really interesting pastors who always had some really amazing sermons when I was a kid, and I was like an altar boy, so I could sit up there and elbow me when I fell asleep, so they'd probably be laughing right now that I was actually ministering. And one of the things that they always did in their sermons is that they had some very specific key points that they always touched on that I try to do, which is that they try to make it about something that happened in their own personal life that is perhaps universal to everyone, that then can be applied back to a teaching that we practice. And usually it's meant to be a little humorous and a little bit depreciating towards the person giving. So, having said that, yesterday, Tristan and I and Xander went out to Canada and went to the winter festival for the Seneca and Iroquois people. And it was great. There was a lot of storytelling, dancing, a lot of sharing culture. And this is not the first time that Tristan and I have gone. And the one thing that really comes out is that everyone who's there at that particular point might be Seneca. Deep down, they want to be Seneca. They want to be out there dancing. They want this to be their culture for that moment, for that time period. They are Seneca. And I think that the interesting thing was looking around and seeing all of these Western faces didn't matter whether they were dark, light, in between. Everyone there was not Seneca, right? So automatically, everybody's automatically an other, right? You're not one of the in crowd, but you want to be part of that in crowd, right? And so I started thinking about, what is it that is this thing that draws us to this? And honestly, I think if I took any of us and put us at a cultural thing of any culture, as a Westerner, we end up kind of trying to identify a little bit, kind of enviously wanting to be a member of that group. And so what I realized is that what we're really looking for is that sense of community and connectedness, that shared ritualistic space, that growth through change, manhood, some sort of shared cultural connection between people. Stories that are shared, morals that are passed on. And it was really amazing, but what I realized is that
in the context of Buddhism as well, these individual things are also the things that separate us at times. I use my son as an example. He's a baby. So initially he comes into the world, he has no real opinion because he doesn't know what everything is yet. Now, over time, now he's a little over 1, he has formed 3 different opinions about many things that have come into his sphere of existence. Positive, negative, and neutral, right? I don't really care about this thing one way or the other. Ooh, I love this. Oh, but I don't know if I like this, right? And they're all based on sort of arbitrary things that happen, causes and conditions, right? I mean, something is introduced in a negative situation, he might associate apples with bad. Ooh, we don't like apples, right? But given in the right conditions, apples would be awesome. But as human beings, this is our superpower and our Achilles heel. We are constantly rising, analyzing, and putting things into boxes and giving them names so that we can remember them and pass them on, right? This is a really good thing. But at the same time, they were constantly categorizing things, putting things in boxes, naming them, and trying to pass them on for the future generations. When, as good scientists, we should realize that everything is just based on the current data that you're given, based on the current causes and conditions that you're in. Right? So change the data, change the causes and conditions, you can change the outcome of your hypothesis. So here we are in the West, we are this, especially in America, we are this melting pot or salad bowl, however you want to look at it, of backgrounds and families and all of these things. And within each of our families, we may have multiple different backgrounds. I might be part German and part Russian and part Italian and part Native American and all of these things. And so there's not really any defined culture that I can reach out to and say, oh, that's mine. Right? Maybe I'm part Irish and I'm boy, everybody's Irish on St. Paddy's Day is coming up, right? So we all, again, cultural appropriation. Because we want to feel connected. We want to feel part of the group. We want to feel unity with each other. But what I would say is that within the practice of Buddhism, is that Buddhism is our culture. Right? The Sangha is our tribe. When you're in a member of a tribe, you are, regardless of whether it's a bad member of the tribe or a good member of the tribe, they're a member of the tribe, right? You try to work with them. You try to rehabilitate them. You try to keep them in the society. You try not to shun them or push them out, right? Because they're part of your tribe, part of your group. You may not be able to, unless he does something really good. But anyone outside of that tribe is another. Right? We need to preserve our cultural heritage. We need to preserve our language. We need to preserve all these things. I'm not saying that these are bad things. What I'm saying is these are things that we are constantly looking to define ourselves. Right? I'm this. I wear blue. I'm German. I have long hair. Right? I have short hair. Whatever it is, we're looking for these things to attach to give us some semblance of, oh, I am this. So we're constantly looking. Whether it's in the big, I'm an American, I'm a human being, I'm a this, I'm a that, right? Or I'm something very, very small. I'm a lover of skips, whatever. And Buddhism comes along and it's big, that these smaller little divisions are just that, small little divisions. And that the bigger tribe is all sentient beings, is all thinking and feeling beings. This isn't a defined thing. It may be your pet, your animal, your grandma, whatever it may be, right? We don't define that per se. But that is our tribe. And we don't push that away. One of the things that we love about Native people is their reverence for Mother Earth, for the earth. But that reverence is in all of us already. It's inherent. When the Buddha was challenged at the end by Mara, who do you think you are? Who's going to back you up to say that what you're saying about the Dharma and all this stuff and humanity and life and all, who's going to back you up to say this is all true? And the Buddha reaches down and touches the earth, symbolically saying the earth is my witness. And the earth trembled. So, what I would point out is that our practice of chanting Namu Myoho Renge Kyo is about creating community. It's about creating a community of every sentient being on Earth. Of viewing every sentient being on Earth as a member of the tribe. And you are not going to kick a member of the tribe out of the tribe. You're going to rehabilitate them. You're going to love them. You're going to look past their lesser nature and try to help them reach their higher nature. And that's really what we're trying to do here. Is just to see every being we meet as a member of our own tribe. Worthy of love and respect. Maybe they're not displaying it today, that worthiness, but maybe tomorrow. So when you chant today, think about that. And direct your emotional energy to the bigger tribe of all sentient beings. That can include the earth. When we chant, we believe that it affects our environment around us just as much as it affects us. There's all sorts of studies where they play beautiful music and say beautiful things to water, and then they freeze it, beautiful crystalline substance, and then they say nasty, dirty things to some water, and it looks like sludge when it's frozen. We talk to our plants. So if this is the case for us, for me at least, chanting Namu Myoho Renge Kyo is this beautiful vibration that settles into the soil, the ground, the air around us. It changes hearts and minds of people. Because in the Sutra it says if someone even hears a 50th of a syllable, they're sure of enlightenment. So why not chant, right? So anyone could hear it. Because then you're assuring someone of enlightenment. And the belief is that their assurement of enlightenment is not because they heard the Dharma. It's because they were already connected to it to begin with to even hear it. So then that means everyone who walks in this temple, someone who even randomly hears it, you could walk up to a homeless person or a drug addict and say, "Namu Myoho Renge Kyo." It's not you that did that. It's not your merit. It's their merit. Something inside of them had some sort of mysterious law of the universe that necessitated you showing up for them to honor their heritage with this reminder. Oh, by the way, you're a Buddha. So today in meditation, please sit up straight on the front of your chair. Try to keep your thighs and your shins at a 90-degree angle, if you would show them, and your feet straight. That's all right. Spread your feet apart about 1 foot width. There you go. Good. Perfect. So see how Michael here is seated. He's going to take his arms and let him dangle on the side of his chair. And he's just going to kind of let him sit in his lap. This is going to allow your shoulders to kind of relax. Let your skeleton hold your weight. And you're just going to let your right hand, left hand, thumbs touch like tongue on the roof of your mouth. And as you breathe, try to breathe in with your belly, right here. Okay? And just let it hold for a second. Just savor that breath. And then let it out very slowly. In through your nose. Hold it. And out. Squeeze your stomach in again. We'll do one cycle of meditation. We'll do mantra chanting. And then we'll do another cycle of meditation. This is called Hokkai Jomi, cosmic rock. This is called Gasho.
Hello.
In Gasho. Right. Dojo on. Receiving the dojo.
Know this, in which we find ourselves now is a dojo, a place of Buddhist training. All Buddhists come to this place and attain perfect enlightenment. All Buddhists come to this place and turn the wheel of the Dharma. All Buddhists come to this place and enter into Nirvana.
Om San, the three treasures.
Present human being, I have now realized such a birth. To hear the teaching of the Buddha is difficult. I have now been able to hear it. I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Annyeong Kyo.
Please place your hands in your lap and hold tight joint. Cosmic realm with your right hand, left hand. Tongue on the roof of your mouth, just behind your top teeth. In and out through your nose using your hara, your tongue chin, or your diaphragm. Toshingo. Silent meditation to center and calm the mind and body that we can chant the whole 5 moments. Great. Please place your hands in Gasho. Shosho-gyo. Chanting of the old Ido. Nam-myoho-renge-kyo. With recognition of the Lotus Sutra of the Wonderful Law. Please place your hands in whole kari join. We will finish as we began with silent meditation, this time Jin Shinyo. Awareness meditation. Silent meditation to feel the sublime Dharma of the old Daimoku preciousness. Please place your hands in Gasho. Today we remember those in sickness and distress and those in memorial who have passed. Today we remember those in sickness and distress. We remember Dale Bull and Fran, Catherine May and Ricky DeVoe, James Hensey, Helen Lawson, Darren Floyd, Bessie Floyd, Eric Floyd, Cush Floyd, Jane Foreman Tartaro, Charles Lee Cedarman, Hope Mosier, patients at Rochester Psychiatric Center, the victims of the Tree of Life Synagogue shooting, Lucas Scott DeCare and Barbara Hardaway, Paul Yearley and Jason Parisi family, Kim Williams, Jack Williams, Melissa Gearhig, Donna, Xander Cole, Yancey Floyd, Nadine Morsch, David Monroe, Damian Reddick, Wendy Prevost, Lee McCann, Jesse Schaefer, Lotus Mesh, Bafone, Tom and Luba Marsh. We also remember those in memoriam who have passed. We remember the Hardaway family, the Cole and Crane families, the Winter and Sparks families, the Valentine family, Jack Parker, Bigelow and Johnson families, the Show and DeVoe families, the Nusky and Krasnowski families, Daniel Mayer and Cheryl Cushing. The Bay family, the Rivas family. House of Jordan. Cedarman and Kobayashi family, the Morrison family, the Jordan family. The Abad family, the Kaczmarski family, the Knott family. James Conklin and Sahiko Suzuki. Dennis Sullivan, Terry Paquin, Bill Lear Sensei, Harp Sensei, Errol Scott, Wayne, Glenda Williams, Aunt Barbara, Michael Maffei, David Spence, the Adams family, Marie Shin, Jesse Rogers, Thomasina Jones, John Coltrane, Louis Lugo, Anthony Frasino, John Peterman Holcomb, Grant Holcomb II, Dan Clark, Janet Williams, John Lay, Grandma Warlock, Eric Jones, Benjamin Greenberg, Deidre Hossick, as well as all those who have months of praise for them. We respect you deeply. You will all be able to practice the way of bodhisattvas and become Buddhas. May the merits we have accumulated by this offering be distributed among all living beings, and may we and all other living beings attain the enlightenment of the Buddha. Venerable ones, remember us. Be where you like and come again out of your compassion forces. Thank you all very much. How are you, sweetheart? You okay? What day? What's this? Let me see what's on the shirt. Unicorn peg.